Hello. Welcome back. Guys, we are back. We're back. Episode 2. Back again. It's been 1 week. We're back. We're 1 for 1.
We did it.
We did it. Yes.
Slap hands.
Yeah. Slap hands. Today is a special Halloween episode of the Life Behind the Bar podcast. Halloween is such a fantastic time. It's always been I don't know, can you call it a holiday?
I think so. Because if you ask people like what their favorite holiday is,
Halloween is.
a good handful of people. And a lot of people say 4th of July.
Yeah.
And that's like a federal holiday, but.
Yeah. Halloween should be a federal holiday. There's one TV show. Since we filmed last time, the temps have really shifted in Minnesota, which is where we're based. And so now we're to full hoodie, pants. There's one TV show for me that really set the moment it gets cold outside and you start to peek into Halloween. There's one TV show, and it's the one we alluded to in episode 1 that we connected on right away. But Home Improvement. Tim's infatuation with Halloween always gets me so jacked. Even the girls and I have watched, and Betsy, we've watched all of the Halloween episodes of Home Improvement in the last probably week, and just flipped through because they're all on Hulu and Disney now. But with that, we got we got the new kind of spooky writing. But then, do we show them or do we not, or do we wait?
Let's wait.
All right.
Let's wait.
You can't see the back yet, but it's got something little special on the back, which is give you a little preview, I guess, would be based on our TV show. Put my leg down. Looks so big again. Yeah. So, anyways, we got this. If we can't do something with that, we're gonna do something a little different on the backs, and we'll get them listed on the site to buy. Just because this writing is so sick. Got very Halloween-y vibes.
I don't know why I chose white.
Dude, it pops on there though.
Risky business.
That is a risky business.
Can't do anything. I
sit
right here.
It's a podcast only sweatshirt. But so it's Halloween time. We're gonna take the kids out trick or treating tonight. It's supposed to be low 30s, so it should be nice and warm tonight.
Yeah, they're talking a little bit of rain.
Possibly. Oh boy.
Nice low. Get you a little bit wet and then freeze you. Perfect. I'm so excited. Just walking.
I'm gonna wear a raincoat. Kids will be in their costumes, freezing, but we'll be warm at least.
Yeah. And my girls do not want to put coats on over because then you can't see the costume. And they won't wear them underneath because
that's bulky.
Yeah.
That's Sophia specifically, my youngest, has said a few times to different people. She's like, it's so dumb because my parents always make us wear snow pants underneath. A couple years ago, it was 70 degrees. Remember giving candy out, sitting in the front of the house, and we had a fire. Oh, hey, Brindle. You could just see the top of her back. It was 70 degrees. You can just see her head. Hi. Yeah, I feel like it was. I think I did shorts and a t-shirt. Hi.
Brenda.
Hi there.
Hey.
You want to say hi? No? You gonna stay quiet?
She's being shy, I guess.
You're being.
She speaks 3 different languages.
That makes sense. I could see that. Well, we're gonna have a guest on the podcast today. You can't really see much of her. It just looks weird because you see the back of her head sitting right between my legs. But
she's just gonna stare at you for 45 minutes.
Hi. There. All right. Well, you look content, so it's cool. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna do this. I'll overlay this photo. So this is what you guys can see what I look at right now. You even blinked once. Oh, that's funny. So again, episode 2, as we're getting into this one now, this is where I think things are going to get a little more playful, because it's not quite so much the getting to know us type of thing. I think that one good thing, maybe we'll try to do this, because I feel like funny shit behind the bar happens all the time. As like, it seems like at different events and stuff, like funny things happen. We're gonna do something new today that we did. We did also talk about this in week 1. We're gonna do a little cocktail live on air, a little Halloween cocktail. I think that it's got a new syrup that Seth just made. So should we do this right away?
Yeah.
Segue, man. Do you want to tell them about the syrup a little bit?
I'm gonna go before this ice melts.
Right.
So I guess a lot of what we come up with is usually just randomly one of us will think of something or be eating something. Man, are we really good with this? Oh man, hey, and then so we text each other.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you were doing, but you had mentioned blackberry mint mojito.
Yeah. And we were over, actually, we had family in town, and we were all over at my parents' house. And I had 3 of my aunts were there, and I used to work for, I think I had said this also in week 1, but I used to work for like the Parasoleil group up in Minneapolis. They own a bunch of restaurants, Pittsburgh Blue, Manny's, Salou. Mazzamia was my kind of flagship restaurant that I worked at for essentially the entirety of the restaurant. But Salou had a blackberry mojito that was so good so this was actually, my aunt brought this up, that this was one of their favorite cocktails, and they would specifically go to Salou to get this blackberry mojito, as a lot of people did as well. But my aunt had worked at Salou for a while too, and so she had brought it up. She's like, what would be a really good syrup is this one. Like, we love this one. Her husband, my Uncle Dan, loves this cocktail. So then that was what spurred me.
Okay.
But
Yeah, and then we had to make those syrups to deliver, and I was like, sure, let's try a blackberry mint syrup, and see what happens.
yeah,
So I haven't tasted it. I didn't taste test it once because I was making all of the other syrups, and there's just too many flavors going on in my mouth. So I was like, I don't want to taste test it now. And
so we're gonna do it live on air for you guys. Well, it's not live, but we're gonna do it on air for you guys. And this will be one, as he's kind of prepping this together. Again, one big thing that we do is we do cocktail syrups, and that's a big part of our business. We try to do all of our cocktails with these, and well, not all of them, but most of them, if we can, because we make them all extremely clean. And so this is a big part of our business. So this is one that, if it turns out good, we'll be able to start selling this one as well. You guys can head to mustachemixology.com. We have 4 different syrups on the website right now. And actually, we just, like you were saying, we had to prep some. Some people were taking a trip, and there's like 17 or 18 people going on this trip. And so they had bought a couple of each one of them so they could have clean, really good cocktails on the fly. And then we had some other old fashions, our old fashioned syrup go out, but so he's gonna do a little shake for us. Oh, they saw the back. They saw the back of the shirt. Oh. He's also using, what I was gonna tell you is our favorite shaker, the preferred shaker of Mustache Mixology is called a Boston shaker. And so it's 2, instead of having the top kind of built-in strainer, it's the 2, it looks like 2 shakers in one. Dude, that color is there. Holy cow. It's got this, the color of the blackberry, it's kind of cool because it's dual purpose, because you have, it looks very summery, light, but it also, like right now, got maybe a little Halloween vibes. That's why we're gonna do the cocktail today. So that is in our custom lowball glasses you can also get at mustachemixology.com. Dude, the smell is there, even mixed into it.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see. Ooh. You get the mint. You get the blackberry. What'd you do for rum? How much?
2 ounces.
You get a lot of rum. Let's do a splash more syrup even. Because what'd you do?
Yeah.
Most of the syrups we do, actually all of them right now, is the recommended recipe is 1 ounce. So we have our old fashioned syrup that you can do cocktail or mocktail. We have a espresso maple, kind of like a brown sugar simple syrup that can be used to do some espresso martinis that got a little maple hint to it. Otherwise, you also can do that. Actually, is really good in coffee. And then we have a blueberry rosemary. That one's really good, cocktail or mocktail. And my mom actually had commented on a Facebook post that she put it on her French toast, and she said it was awesome on French toast.
I could see that because then you're getting a little bit of the sweetness, a little bit of that more savory style.
Mm-hmm. There it is, right there.
So just for everybody that just watched that, essentially that's how everything that we make kind of goes.
Yeah.
We make it one time, and usually what happens is I'm at home, Mike's at home, and we live a block away from each other.
Yeah.
So usually I'll think of something and I'll whip it up real quick, and I just kind of trailer park boys drive over and bring it to Mike, and he'll taste it, and we're always honest.
I want to try
so
just this.
kind of like he said, add more syrup. So now what we like to keep it 1 ounce, kind of like what Mike was saying. So we'll actually make the syrup just a little bit stronger and try it again until we can get it down to being 1 ounce.
And I think that's a big key in doing all of the cocktails we do. And this is actually also going to be a shirt that we put out. A big kind of thing that we always say is use your tools, use your measurements. That's a big key in the bar industry is if you can do cocktails. I know a lot of bartenders, even when I first started, a lot of bartenders, I feel like it almost gets slighted to use your tools, use the recipe, because I'm a good enough bartender. I can just freestyle it. But then 9 times out of 10, it's going to taste different every time. Because even if you're close, it doesn't take a lot of ingredients to be off and change the entire complexity of that drink.
I mean, that's all I did there was add half an ounce. So thinking of a half of an ounce of something can dramatically change the flavor. And it's, there are bartenders that I'm sure, like, just hanging out, making one-off drinks behind the bar, they're probably good enough to pour, you see challenges where people pour an ounce.
Yeah,
and
blindfold them.
Some people can do that.
Yeah.
The problem is then when you start getting busy and you're trying to do the same thing, and I mean, you can make them back to back, and that one that you poured second, that you're counting or whatever your rhythm is that you're feeling,
Yeah.
that half second between glasses, that could change everything, and then your flavor's off. So it's not hard to just kind of hang, especially with we're Belgian guys.
Yeah, these things
are incredible. And using those will speed you up, being able to just kind of roll it in. But I would rather take the extra second to measure it out perfectly, than to get somebody pissed because they didn't have a good drink, or not even pissed, but just not happy with it.
Because they, when you come into a restaurant or a bar, you're expecting, especially with a lot of these cocktails, they're not $4 cocktails.
Right.
They're nice, not nice, but I mean, they're a little bit more to them than just a bar pour of a vodka soda. So when they come in and spend $8, $9, $10, $11, $12, the expectation is this tastes the exact same as when I had it last time.
Yeah.
And we both like have seen when you don't, like, somebody can come in and get a drink and then a different bartender can make it and it tastes different. We've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
So when you use your tools, you use your measurements in these drinks, they taste the same every time. And even doing this as long as I have, like I said, I feel like early on as I started to get a swing in things, it's like I would just kind of freestyle do them, but I also wasn't doing a lot of drinks like this. Yeah. Matsumiya, we did a little bit more. We did a limoncello mojito, and I think, like you said, it's perfect. Some bartenders probably can pull it off. Actually, we had a buddy of mine that I worked with at Matsumiya for a long time. He had just commented. Yeah. He's like, how about he's bartended like 25 years, and he's down in Arizona. So shout out Joey. He had a limoncello mojito that he had made, and that was his recipe, and it was spot on, and he could do it the exact every time. But Joeys in this industry are a lot more rare to come across. Typically, the hospitality industry, you have a lot of quick turnover, not quick turnover, but you have more turnover than a lot of places, a lot of industries. And one thing I will give a shout out to Paris Soleil about is they're ran so well. And a lot of the restaurants they have are steakhouses, like Salou's, like a French, kind of French inspired restaurant. So you get a lot of these people that will stay because you make good money. It's a super fun atmosphere to work. I know, like, they had Good Earth was one of the restaurants, and they had some kitchen staff that were there for like 25 plus years. Like, from the day they opened, they stayed. And if any of you guys know, working in this industry, 25 years at the same restaurant is almost unheard of.
Yeah.
So
that's wild.
Joey's one that could probably pull it off.
Even with that though, like Joey can pull off that's his recipe.
Yeah.
He made it. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And then, fly somebody in from East Coast.
Yeah.
That's got 30 years. So it's like, easy, right? Show them the recipe. And if they just try and eyeball it, it's slim chance it's going to taste like Joey made it.
Well, and like you said, a quarter of an ounce or half an ounce, whatever you added to that made all the difference in that cocktail.
Yeah.
And you get a server that's saying something to you as you're pouring, and that quick split second, that extra splash can make a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so that guy who makes it, who's been doing it for 30 years, but he's a pro, right? He doesn't need to use his tools. So he'll whip it up, and then, insert me. I've got not much time. I'm a baby. But I would look at his recipe, and I would measure out his recipe. So there's a solid chance mine is going to taste closer to his, if not the same, than the guy who thought, I've been doing this a while. I can
wing this.
I got it.
Yeah.
Just use your tools.
Right. Use your tools. Use your recipe.
If you get good with it too, the tools are there to make sure everything's the same. It's easy. But it takes time to get good with them.
Yeah.
I think, like, thinking of even just the first time that I was slinging drinks, and man, it's like I would measure, and I'm waiting for it to get to the top, and then I would stop, and then pour it, and then it gets to a point where you're fast with the tools because you've always used them.
Yeah.
And so I think just get good with them, and people aren't building houses with their bare hands just eyeballing it.
Right.
Measure twice, cut once. I would rather just measure it, pour it to perfectly to the recipe.
Yeah.
And whoever gets it, they're going to drink it, they're going to enjoy it. That's not going to come back.
Nope. And when they come back the next time, it's going to taste the exact same.
Yeah.
Because you use your tools. Which is a perfect segue into one of the funniest things that has ever happened to me in this industry. Again, I'm going on 20 years, and I hadn't been bartending more than, I don't know, maybe a month. Not even. No, this was one of my first events I ever did, because when I first got into full service hospitality, like, I had worked at more quick service stuff that my parents had owned, but when I got into more full service, the full bar stuff. This was I think my first event I did. And at this particular place, we had batched all of our margarita mix. So like it had the triple sec, it had our tequila, everything was in it. It was ready to go. And they were in these little round Cambros. And then you pour it off and the cocktail's ready. You'd salt a glass, pour it off, fill it up, throw a lime in there, and go. That's how they did it. So I assumed the Bloody Marys, because we prepped all of our Bloody Mary mix, I assumed had vodka in it. And we were doing this event, and it was for a corporate party. And this one particular guy had said, he's like, I haven't drank in a handful of months. I was waiting for the company. It's on the company's dime. They had drink tickets. And he's like, I've been saving up to just go all in on this event and have my cocktails for the last 6 months all tonight. So he got a Bloody Mary. And I had poured out his Bloody Mary. I'd made it. I did the kind of the salted the rim with the seasoned salt, did the whole 9, gave it to him, took a drink. He's like, this is probably the best Bloody Mary I've ever had. So my first event, I'm like, I did it. Game over. Did it. There it is. And the bar manager at the time was working with me. He was doing other things in the restaurant because there's a restaurant, a bar, event space. And that guy had went through that Bloody Mary pretty quick and then got another one. And I think by the time my manager came back, he had like 3 or 4 in a short period of time. And then kept saying how awesome this Bloody Mary is. Bar manager comes back. I asked him, I was like, yo, so we do our margarita mix with booze in it. Do we do the Bloody Mary mix? And he's like, no, that's just the mix and salt and pepper and all this stuff. I was like, well, this guy has said that this is his favorite Bloody Mary he's ever had. And he's like, if he didn't say anything, keep making it the way it was.
What?
Bro, I rifled off. This guy, I will never forget this, had 12 Bloody Marys. And by the end of the night, he was standing at my bar like this, doing this number. Stumbling around, walking around. And the only thing that man maybe was intoxicated with was sodium.
That's wild. I mean, he probably felt ill.
Yeah.
Because
it wasn't even hammered. He just felt sick.
That's wild.
Yeah, dude, that was one of my first experiences in the bar.
Dang. My guy was just messed up on tomato sauce.
Stumbling around. Yeah, like you would have thought he was absolutely bombed. I mean, he drank 12 of them.
Probably allergic to tomatoes.
He's going to pop out.
Going into shock. That's what was happening.
These are so good, though. These are so good.
The hard part is, like, we flow so well.
Right?
Like, you'd set up if we set up this camera in your truck and just left it running, we would have...
Dude, we have all the content in the world.
I mean... I guess the problem would be, so if we say we drove for 6 hours and we recorded for 6 hours, we would have 45 minutes of usable footage.
There'd be a lot edited out, for sure. Especially stuff that any of you guys can listen to, probably legally.
Even like the profanity.
Right.
Like
That's the thing. You guys are going to hear. It's not just bartending stories. Like Seth said in episode 1, this very much is like life behind the bar, figuratively, is not so literal. It's literally like the bar being in front of us, and what's behind the bar is our house. So that's the thing, is you guys are going to hear a lot of stuff from our personal lives at home. So yeah, that's just one of the things behind the bar.
I feel like a lot of that type of stuff is exciting, even for myself, like hearing when you tell a story.
Yeah.
Like, thank God I am not the only one who's experienced so much fuckery. Can't handle it.
Just a mess. But no, that's me too. That's all of us. So we have some exciting news where we did a little sneak peek on our Instagram, which is in the description box down below. But we booked our first official on the record guest for the beginning of December. We're actually going to be traveling for the podcast, which is going to be sweet. So if you check the Instagram out, you'll maybe catch who it was or who it is. But it's going to be big because a big thing we want to do, again, is connect with other, whether it's distilleries, breweries, bartenders, people in the industry, some chefs, that type of stuff, that just to hear their side of things in the hospitality world. But this one in particular is one of the biggest breweries, I guess. We'll give you that much in around this area. And so it's going to be fun. We're going to travel for that. And then we're going to film on location, be able to do some tour stuff. And it's going to be really fun. So that one's a little over a month away. I think the weather's going to be shockingly different, especially with where we're traveling to. Yeah. So, but that one's going to be really fun. Just for you guys to hear, because the lady we're meeting with is the owner of it. And so they had came up with it. So to be able to hear how they came up with it, and then even some of the other guests that we're hopefully going to be matching up with, is one of our favorite brands. And yeah, it's just hearing all their stories, how they got into doing this, because I feel like everybody gets into it in a different way for different reasons, and then with different experience levels. And those are going to be fun to hear.
Yeah, I think the experience level is huge.
Yeah,
it's crazy to hear this. Everybody's got their story.
Yeah,
but hearing about some of these brands, like one of our favorites, and like hearing from people who also didn't have a lot of foot in the door in the industry.
Yeah,
really cool things in this industry.
Yeah,
is exciting for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And even with somebody with experience in the industry, to hear their stories of, like you said, everybody's got their own story of why they got into it, how they got into it, and then even their past stories and things that they do. And so it's going to be fun. There's a lot of really exciting episodes that are going to be coming up over the next, probably 2 months. We're going to drop a few more of just the two of us, and then we'll probably start to introduce some guests a little bit and doing more of the making cocktails on the fly. I'm showing you guys those things, showing you our product, and showing you a little bit more into the Mustache Mixology part of things, which again, like that's what our shirt is, and that's our main business. Yep. And for those of you that didn't watch episode 1, give you a recap. Do you want to tell them a little about Mustache Mixology? And then again, if you didn't know or watch episode 1, this is your first time. Do you want to tell them a little bit about kind of what we do?
Yeah, so we are mobile bartenders. We offer different setups. We can go set up at somebody's house. If you already have a bar, we'll come set up and we'll sling and just be us at your bar, elevate your space. And then we've got our sweet bar, all decked out, mustaches. Multiple stashes. We got stashes on everything, guys.
We do. We have mustaches on everything.
So yeah, we can set up our bar. We can set up anywhere, pretty much. And then we've got the full trailer experience, where you literally walk into the back of the trailer. You're walking into essentially a speakeasy, and then we offer syrups. We make our own products that we use at these events. So we make syrups. They can be used pretty much universally.
Yeah. Food, drink, mocktail, not just cocktail. But yeah, they really are very universal.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some, and then obviously our apparel, all the gear, just kind of representing our brand. And then we've got some stuff that we're not fully doing yet, but it's coming as things get busier, and
things are going to change a lot. I feel like in the next, I'd say 6 months, as we get through this winter season. This is our first winter doing this business. We had launched it beginning of summer, and so I feel like as things, the name grows, people understand what we do, and then some of these other products and ideas and things we're going to implement over the next 6 months. I think things are going to be very different come springtime 2026. But
yeah, I think by then too, we'll have a little different space going on.
Yeah, for that business, for even the podcast part. having more of a permanent, like right now, this is about as cool of a spot you can set up at. But we are at some point, we'll put a podcast space in wherever our shop or our space is at. So yeah, things will be very different in the next 6 months. So you guys can grow with us, watching us do this as, we're kind of getting our feet going and really just trying to kind of grow this thing. So the biggest way you guys can support that, if you so choose, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Like Seth said, we got merch on the website. Head to mustachemixology.com. You can pick up a sweatshirt, a t-shirt, a hat. We have some lowball glasses. We're going to introduce a few more things to the website as things go on. We got a special that's dropping. We actually announced it on the news in Mankato. But we're going to do a very limited, probably only 25 of a old-fashioned gift box. So it's going to have our syrup, lowball glasses, some dried oranges in there. So it's a full kit for drinks in a custom wood box. Those are going to drop very soon. There'll be a little bit more stuff on all of our social media when those do drop. But they're going to come up. They're going to be a holiday thing. And again, they're going to be very limited. We're going to do probably 25. Yep. And that's it. We're only doing 25. And I would say right now, I don't know, a third of them are spoken for from people that said they're going to buy. So look for those to drop on mustachemixology.com. Again, you can pick up some gear just to support us. We put everything back into this business. Like we talked about in episode 1, everything we've done is extremely organic and growth. So as we make money from events, from merch, from syrups, that all goes right back into the business right now. And then we're just trying to ramp it up and grow this entire thing. So if you pick up something from the website, greatly appreciated. If not, we just appreciate you guys watching and hopefully laughing at some of the random things we talk about, or getting a little bit of knowledge as we talk about some of the bartending stuff and the cocktail world and hospitality world. So again, hit that red subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching, and we got another one down. Episode 2 is down. Look for episode 3 to drop next week. With that, we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.